Amen. Okay. So this afternoon we're going to discuss, I would like to discuss to you the gender and culture and social institution. But I will be the one to discuss to you the gender and culture because GL will be the one to discuss about gender and social institution. Start. So here the objectives. First, define gender roles and distinguish them from biological sex. Second, examine how gender roles are shaped by cultural factors. 3. Explore the diversity of gender roles across different cultures. 4. Discuss the impact of gender roles on individuals and society. So, definition of gender role. Very lang with the basa.
Gender roles refer to the social construct and expectation, behavior, activities, and attributes that a given society considered provide for individual based on their biological sex. These roles are shaped by cultural, historical, and social norms that can vary significantly across different cultures and time periods.
So that's the definition of gender role. The definition of culture. So culture refers to the shared beliefs, values, customs, and behaviors that are passed down from generation to generation without particular group or society. Culture shapes and influences the way individuals perceive and interact with the world around them, including their understanding and expression of gender roles. So what is gender role in culture? Gender role in culture refers to societal expectation and norms associated with being male or female. So these roles often dictate how individuals should behave, dress, and interact based on their biological sex. Cultural shaping of gender roles. So cultural shaping of gender roles focuses on the 8 aspects of, first we have the role of socialization process. So here in this role of socialization process, we have 3 aspects. First, we have the family, education, media, family, education, media, religion, etc. So there is a family. So the family unit plays a crucial role in socialization of gender roles. So parents, siblings, and other family members transmit cultural expectations and norms related to gender through their interaction, modeling, and the division of household responsibilities. Second, we have the education. So the educational system includes schools, curricula, and teaching practice. Can reinforce and perpetuate gender stereotypes and norm expectation. Third, we have the media. So the portrayal of gender in various media forms such as televisions, movie, advertising, and social media can have a significant impact on shaping societal perception and expectation of gender roles. Second, we have the cultural values, tradition, norms, influence, the construction of rules. So this focuses on the key aspects. We have here the key aspects of the cultural values, cultural traditions, and cultural norms. So first, we have the cultural values. So the underlying values and beliefs of a society, such as notions of masculinity, femininity, and the perceived roles of men and women, shape the construction of gender roles. So, cultural traditions. So long-standing customs, rituals, and practice within a culture can be defined and maintain specific gender role expectations. Third, we have the cultural norms. I guess you're already familiar with this. The written rules and societal expectations regarding appropriate behaviors, attitudes, and responsibilities for individuals based on their gender. Third, we have the examples of cultural influence and gender roles expectation. First, we have the division of labor. So the division of labor is an indication of a task, responsibilities, and restrictions regarding the appropriate attire, grooming, and presentation of individuals based on their gender. Second, we have the dress code. So, dress code in appearance, norms, societal expectation, and restriction regarding the appropriate attire, grooming, and presentation of individual based on their gender. So, as what we've observed, ang lalaki is magsalina, is lalaki, din babae, magsalina, babae. Then, we have the societal expectation to perceive rules, behaviors, and characteristics that are considered suitable or desirable for men and women within the cultural context. So, second, we have the diversity of gender rules across culture. First, we have the culture with fluid or non-binary gender identities. So, in many indigenous and traditional societies, gender is not seen as a rigid binary, as a spectrum or continuum. So, when we say this idea of gender spectrum means that gender is not limited to just two fixed categories, which is the male and females, but rather exists on broad range or scale. Imagine a horizontal line with male on one end and female on the other side. And between those two endpoints, there are many other possible gender identities expression. So this includes identities like transgender, non-binary, gender fluid, agender, and bigender. Second, we have the culture with distinct gender-based roles and responsibilities. So in some traditional societies, the division of labor decision-making power and social expectation are heavily influenced by gender. So in contrast, some societies have challenged traditional, in many agricultural communities, women may be primarily responsible for domestic tasks and child care, while men focus on farming, herding, or other community leadership. Third, we have the cultural with progressive gender rules and structure. So this culture may have policies, laws, and social structures that promote gender equality, such as equal access to education, employment opportunities, and political representation. So, third, we have the impact of gender rules. So, impact to individuals. So, first, we have the opportunities. So, opportunities, gender rules can limit or expand the range of opportunities available to individuals. So, influencing their access to education, employment, leadership position, and other societal resources. Second, we have the choices. So, gender norms often shape the choices and decisions individuals make regarding their personal and professional lives, such as career paths, family planning, and lifestyle preference. Third, we have the self-perception. Self-perception, gender roles can profoundly influence an individual's sense of identity, self-worth, and the way they are perceived and valued by society. So second, we have the implication for social, economic, and political participation. So we have the social participation. Social participation, traditional gender roles can restrict individuals' ability to fully engage in social activities, community leadership, and decision-making processes. Second, we have economic participation. So, traditional gender roles can, gender-based barriers can limit individuals' access to economic resources, employment opportunities, and financial independence, contributing to the gender-based disparities in income and wealth. So, third, we have the political participation. So, political participation, gender roles can hinder individuals' participation in political processes. such as voting, running for office, and influencing policy decisions, so leading to underrepresentation of certain genders and position of power. So, fourth, we have the toward more equitable gender roles. So, the importance of promoting flexible and egalitarian gender roles. First, we have empowering individuals. Second, we have fostering inclusivity. And third, we have advancing gender equality. So, empowering individuals, flexible and egalitarian gender roles allow individuals to freely express their identity, pursue their aspiration, and make choice without being constrained by rigid societal expectations. Second, we have the fostering inclusivity. Embracing a diversity of gender, expression, and roles creates more inclusive and welcoming environments for individuals of all genders. Third, we have advancing gender equality. Promoting egalitarian gender roles is a crucial step forward, achieving gender equity with individuals of all genders have equal rights, opportunities, and access to resources. Second, we have the strategies for individuals and societies. First, you have the individual level. So sa individual level, challenging personal biases and stereotype, advocating for modeling more flexible gender roles within one's own life and relationship. Second, we have the societal level. Implementing policies and laws and promote gender equality, such as equal pay, parental leave, and anti-discrimination measures. So, third, we have the example of cultural shifts and movement. First, the feminist movement and its ongoing efforts to challenge patriarchal structure and promote gender equity. So, second, the LGBT rights movement, which has advocated for recognition and inclusion of diverse gender identities and expressions. So, during the conclusion, the exploration of gender roles in cultural context have underscores the remarkable diversity and diversity of human experience. Gender is not fixed or universal construct, but rather a fluid and socially constructed phenomenon that reflects the unique values, traditions, and norms of different societies. So by recognizing and respecting the diversity of gender expression across cultures, we can move beyond the limiting binary understanding of gender and create more inclusive and empowering environment for all. This is not merely a matter of social justice, but a fundamental step forward, realizing the full potential of humanity. That's all. Thank you.